It's a very simple question.
Right now you're being detained. Talk to me.
Can you call a supervisor, please?
Not at the moment.
Yes, you can. You're illegally detaining me for absolutely no crime, and you can't even articulate it. So give me a supervisor.
There's no law that says I have to not provide, that I cannot provide ID. There is a law that states that I have to provide ID in certain situations. This is not one of those situations. I don't have to cite that.
Manchester, New Hampshire. This is the moment everything escalates. A man with a camera suddenly told he's being detained. But here's the problem. What these officers did next may have been completely illegal. From the channel Amagansett Press, exposing real police encounters to protect your rights. 3 officers, 0 crime, and 1 question that changes everything. Will he show his ID or walk away? Because what happens next could decide whether your rights exist or disappear. Follow the original channel, link in description. This moment changes everything.
Out and right back in. You see that? Look at her. So it's car number 72. Well, you pulled around pretty quick.
What's up?
Nothing much.
You filming the lot?
It's anything I can see in public.
What is that?
Any reason? Can you step back 6 feet, please?
Oh, COVID?
Do you have a mask?
Yeah, I do. Do you have one?
No, I don't need one. It's your policy, not mine.
What's going on with you guys? Why are you filming us?
Is there a problem with that?
Yeah, why are you filming the lot?
Is there a problem with that? Is that illegal?
You can film.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Have I committed the crime?
No, just for my safety.
You need my ID for your safety?
Yes.
What's that going to do for you?
No, the flags.
No, my what?
The flags.
What's that?
Like you don't understand, like the whole thing.
Flags?
No, yeah. Just for my safety, alright?
I haven't committed the crime, so I don't have to ID. It's not a stop and identify state, ma'am. Can I have your name and badge?
Of course you can.
What is it?
It's 204. My last name's Cosby.
Cosby?
Cosby.
Cosby. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I have no any ill will or intent.
What's your first name?
I'm sorry?
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give it.
Why not?
Because I don't need to.
Why are you being so uncooperative?
I did have every right not to give you my name. I haven't committed any crime.
Well, I don't understand why you're filming the law.
It's just anything in public. You're the police department. I could film you. You're public officials.
Yep, we are.
Yes, you are. You have every right to be filmed.
But right now, the reason why I don't understand why you're filming us. It's a secure lot. That's where we were.
I'm not on it. I see the restricted sign that says no trespassing right there. I haven't stepped foot on there.
Never said I was on it. Good thing you have your mask on.
Thank you.
Policy.
It is.
So he was just filming our lot, filming me, filming you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm filming you too, sir.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, I just legally have to tell you.
Yeah, no, I understand. Can I have your name and badge?
Yeah, it's Dawson, Dad 78.
Nice to meet you. So what are we all doing here?
Do you live around here? I'm working.
I'm not answering any questions, ma'am.
Well, why do you want to know so much about us? You won't tell us anything about you.
I don't have to. That's the whole point. I don't need to. I'm under no law or obligation to tell you who I am. I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't stepped on your property, and I have no reason to.
See you on the sidewalk?
Of course I am.
Yeah, he was crossing the street when I pulled up.
Yeah, she pulled out, and she pulled right back in. I mean, you guys can use a threat assessment. I mean, well, that's what you're doing right now. You have every right to stop me and ask me what I'm doing. I'm just filming anything I see in public. I film public officials.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time. So you're calling 3 units in for somebody exercising a constitutionally So you're calling 3 officers for a constitutionally protected activity?
Actually, no. They showed up all by themselves.
Oh, they did? Oh, I don't know where. Wow.
That's how I got here.
Any more behind me?
Yes, there's a whole apartment.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not happy about the numbers who are here. About the numbers that are. He's being uncooperative.
Uncooperative.
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't want to answer questions?
Yes.
I don't have to.
You're being uncooperative. Yes.
Okay.
That's what that means.
It's not a crime. I mean,
Just filming the secure lot.
can I have your name and badge, please?
Yes, 179.
Name?
No, that's right.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, it is.
It's not going to happen. And you could ask all you want, but I haven't committed any crime. And until you could articulate that, I'm not giving any ID.
Okay. That's fine.
You can ask.
That's fine. We'll find a way right then.
Okay. Can you step back from me?
No, I can't.
What are you looking at? Cigarettes?
No, there's other ways.
My flag?
No.
That's okay. I don't care. You guys already know who I am. It doesn't really matter.
Do you do this often, my friend?
I'm not answering your question. Am I being detained?
At the moment, we're talking.
Am I being detained?
At the moment, yes.
It's a very simple question.
Right now, you're being detained, talking.
Can you call a supervisor, please?
Not at the moment.
Yes, you can. You're illegally detaining me for absolutely no crime, and you can't even articulate it. So give me a supervisor.
This is where everything shifts. The officer states he is being detained, yet cannot articulate any reasonable suspicion of a crime. Under Fourth Amendment jurisprudence and the landmark case Terry versus Ohio, police must justify a detention with specific, articulable facts. Here, we see a critical breakdown. Authority asserted without legal foundation. The auditor's repeated question, "What crime?" exposes the gap. This moment isn't just tension, it's a legal fault line. And when that line breaks, everything that follows becomes questionable.
We're talking to you.
Give me a supervisor, please. If you can't articulate your crime that I committed, then I'm going to walk away. So,
How long have you
you
been?
guys not know the law, or are you just like abusing people's powers, your powers?
How long have you been filming us for?
It's none of your fucking business. For real, it's none of your business. Because you guys, there's just a lot to do with the police department right now, and I have every right to film you. You're filming me. Am I fucking stopping you and bothering you? Am I telling you why are you filming people? Why are you filming everyone else around? I mean, there's cameras everywhere. What's the big deal? What is the big deal?
Well, you knew that going into it. You're just filming.
I know what I'm doing. I do this all the time.
This is the line in the sand. The auditor refuses to provide ID unless a crime is clearly articulated. In New Hampshire, there is no broad stop and identify statute, meaning ID cannot be compelled without lawful detention. This moment reflects a precise understanding of constitutional limits. Notice the calm repetition. He doesn't escalate physically, only legally. That distinction matters, because in the eyes of the law, refusal is not resistance. It's the exercise of a right many don't realize they have.
I just don't know why.
It's none of your business. It's really none of your business, and you're illegally detaining me right now. Yes, you are. You can't articulate the crime that I committed or about to commit. What is it? What is your RSA? What is the penal code that I'm committing right now?
Do you work?
What is your penal code in RSA that you're articulating the crime I committed to identify me and illegally detain me?
I'm gonna answer questions.
I'm going to walk away.
What started as a simple audit in Manchester, New Hampshire, turned into a direct confrontation over illegal detention. 3 officers, no crime, and yet he was told he was detained. That moment matters because under the Fourth Amendment, if police can't articulate reasonable suspicion, they don't get to demand ID. And he knew it. But here's what most people don't realize. Knowing the law is one thing, explaining it under pressure is another. In the next video, everything gets sharper. A first-time auditor in Colorado doesn't just refuse, he breaks down the law in real time. What happens when you challenge police with their own rules? This is where it gets more serious, and this time, the conversation goes deeper than ever.
Okay, is just wearing a mask videotaping suspicious?
So what, can I ask the purpose of why you're videotaping here?
Am I being detained?
Huh?
Am I being detained? Okay, then I don't answer questions, and I don't want to talk to you, sir. If I'm not breaking a law, if I am, please let me know. I'm, as far as I'm aware, I'm not breaking any laws, and I don't intend to. But if I'm not being detained, I don't intend to talk to you or answer any questions.
If you weren't doing anything wrong,
Mhm.
then why are you wearing a mask?
Because I don't want to be identified.
So then what's the purpose of you filming?
Just getting pictures of the
Because
county sheriff's
you're
office.
being filmed.
That's okay. It's fine. There's been multiple people that have driven by and taken pictures of me.
That's fine.
I didn't call in about them being suspicious, or the guy that stopped in the middle of the highway here.
Can you do one thing for me?
What's that?
With your right hand, can you lift your shirt and show me your waist? Turn around for me.
Am I being detained?
You're not being detained.
Do I have
If
to
you were being
do?
detained, you'd
Okay.
be in handcuffs.
Do I have to lift my shirt and turn around?
It would make us.
I'd prefer not to.
Are you worried that you're?
No, I'm just not gonna subject,
Why would you comply?
because I'm not gonna give up any of my rights because you're asking me
You
to.
have no idea what rights you have.
I do know.
No, because then why are you so standoffish?
What do you mean?
You're being.
I know what rights I have. I'm not being defensive, sir.
Oh yeah.
I'm standing here. I told you I did not want to talk to you unless I was being
For our
detained.
safety and for yours,
Okay.
could you please show me your waistband.
Am I being detained? Am I free to go?
Do you know what the definition of being detained is?
I do.
Then what is it?
It's the fact that you have reasonable cause to suspect me of committing, have committed, or about to commit a crime, and you're detaining me under a Terry stop. That
I'm
means
not detaining you.
you're not detaining me, so I'm free to go?
Are you in handcuffs?
I'm not. Can I walk away?
Then you're not detained.
Can I walk away, sir?
Right here, the entire encounter pivots. The auditor calmly defines what detention actually means under U.S. law. Not feelings, not suspicion, but reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. This standard comes directly from Terry v. Ohio, 1968, a cornerstone of Fourth Amendment law. Watch the dynamic shift. The officer relies on control, but the citizen relies on clarity. In that gap, you see the real tension, not physical, but constitutional. This is what most people miss. Knowing the definition changes the outcome.
Well, we do need to find out what your name is and identify you.
Birch, thank you, sir. And Mullen.
Deputy Mullen.
Thank you. You don't need to find out what my name is, sir. Unless I'm breaking the law, I don't have to give that to you.
It's Colorado, yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Unless you suspect me of committing a crime. Can I speak to one of your supervisors, please?
Sure.
I would like a supervisor out here. Because you're wrong on that, sir. Colorado does not stop and identify state. Unless you suspect me of committing a crime, having committed a crime, or about to commit a crime, you cannot stop me. You cannot detain me. You cannot require ID from me. Because this officer just said I had to show ID in the state of Colorado, and I do not.
He's refusing to identify himself.
Well, under Colorado state law, if you arrest me, I do have to identify myself, which I would do if I was cited for a law or being placed under arrest. So unless I am breaking the law or being placed under arrest or cited for breaking the law, I'm not going to provide ID. Can you supply it to me?
Can you supply your name and identity?
I don't have to under Colorado state law, sir. I don't know if it's your department policy or not.
Okay. So what statute number is that under? So I can
What do you
look that up. You said you know it.
I don't need to know the statute that says I don't have to provide ID. There's a statute that says
You have to
no.
back up your information.
I don't.
You can't go by
You have to
hearsay.
cite the law that says I have to provide
You
ID.
can't-
There's no law that says
According to
there is no
Colorado-
law that says I have to not provide, that I cannot
You
provide
just said
ID.
by
There is a
Colorado-
law that states that I have to provide ID
Okay.
in certain situations. This
Okay,
is not
then
one of
what
those
statute
situations.
is it?
I don't
You
have to
said
cite
you know
that. I don't have to cite that.
Well, if you don't know it, there's no shame in that.
What do you
I
mean?
could help
I don't
you
know
find
the
that.
number. I don't know the section of the site. I could easily find that
Then
for
you
you.
don't know.
I know what the law
Is
says.
that correct?
I do not know the citation number or the statute number for you, sir.
Well,
No,
in
I
order
do
to know
not.
what the law says, you have to back that up with the statute.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I'm a civilian and a citizen of the United States on public property, doing a First Amendment act. I don't have to back up any claim that I make. You as officer have
Okay,
to back
so are
up
you a
what you're going to...
Colorado resident?
I don't have to state that.
I'm sorry?
I don't have to state that.
Is there any way I can get a copy of that video?
No, there's not.
No?
There's no crime being committed, therefore it is not
I
evidence.
just want it for my own personal
No.
entertainment. I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, it's...
You can check First Amendment Strike Team on YouTube and send me an email there.
Well, what's your email address?
If you go to First Amendment Strike Team on YouTube,
Okay, do you
you
have
can
a
find
business
it.
card?
I don't.
You don't?
Do you?
First Amendment Strike Team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You can check that out.
So,
I'm out here doing a First Amendment audit on your police department, and you guys are failing right now, just so you know. You guys are going to be YouTube famous tomorrow.
okay. Well, in that case, I'm Deputy Mullen with the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office.
Hmm?
This is my cohort, Deputy Birch.
Hmm? I've already got your name. So's the camera. Yeah.
There might be a little bit.
That's all right. I have all day, sir. I don't know if it matters to you guys, but I will say that compared to other police departments, you guys are much more professional and courteous in this situation than most are. Even though I still feel like you're violating my rights right now, but
How are we violating your rights?
you tried to stop me from recording. You tried to make me ID myself. You tried to perform a cherry search without actually placing your hands on me by getting me to lift up my shirt and turn around. Don't you guys feel like this is a waste of time to be standing out here right now?
You requested to talk to the supervisor.
Oh, well, if I'm free to go, you can call up supervisor. All right. Thank you, guys. You can have a good day. You can call up supervisor. I want supervisor because you told me I'd ID myself under Colorado law.
I called for one. One's on his way.
Okay. Do you have an ETA on them?
I'm sorry?
Do you have an ETA?
Because
No.
that's why I said earlier it's going to be
Okay. Well, if it's going to be longer than 5 minutes, I'm going to be on my way then.
It's big county, so it takes. I don't care.
It doesn't infringe on my rights.
So do you think you have the right to walk into a bank with your face covered like that?
Maybe if the private business owner allows that. This is public property. This is not a private business. Apples to oranges, buddy. Yep.
We're here because people don't threaten.
I understand, but how are they threatened when there's nobody out here?
That's the people that we've been threatening.
Okay.
That's why we are in this.
Okay. A right to what?
Safety. Just as much as you have your First Amendment right, they have the right to feel safe and secure. That's what they call it.
Okay. So, does somebody have the right to call the police or somebody open carrying a handgun because they're scared or feel unsafe?
Well, they can.
Are you going to respond to that as well?
Huh?
Are you guys going to respond to an openly carried handgun? Even do you detain people for openly carrying handguns?
No.
No, you just make consensual contact. And if they don't want to talk to you, they're free to go. They don't have to identify themselves, with the exception of being concealed, because of course you need a permit for that.
Technically, anytime we contact somebody,
Mm-hmm.
they need to identify themselves.
No, they don't.
Yes.
No, not unless they're suspected of committing a crime, have committed a crime, or are about to commit a crime. Unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion.
Law Enforcement Academy or law school?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Because you haven't.
That doesn't mean
Because if you
that.
had, then, I mean,
You have no idea what my background
you're
is,
not
sir.
being proud of it.
No, it's not about being proud. Any information I give you regarding that could be used to identify me, which I'm not willing to have happen. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what is the law that says that you can't identify me?
Huh?
What's the law that says that you can't identify me?
That we can't?
That you can. There isn't one. Unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, you cannot identify me. Correct?
Well, right now we don't know the intent.
There's no intent. You don't have to know an intent.
You didn't tell us what you were exactly
I don't have to tell you what I'm doing. You actually can't. All you can do is say, "Excuse me, Mr. Videographer, can we talk to you?" And I can say yes or no. Past that, you have no right to stop me beyond that. You have no.
Right now you're instigating.
I'm not instigating, sir.
You're
No.
baiting law enforcement into a trap.
No, sir, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No. No. That's an intimidation tactic by you.
I'm sorry?
What trap am I baiting you into, sir?
No, you tell me. You're afraid to be identified.
Mhm.
You're misquoting state Colorado.
I'm not
state
misquoting
law because
anything.
You can't provide a statute number.
That's not misquoting, sir.
You know,
That just says that I
to be
cannot.
honest with you, I can't even quote.
Once again, that's not committing a crime. I'm not committing any
You said
crimes.
A description of somebody who could be getting ready to commit a crime.
So you're profiling me then.
No, the people who called
Profiled me. and then you followed up on that profile.
People called you.
Why did they
Don't
feel
threaten,
threatened?
So therefore, we have to contact and make sure you're not a threat.
Okay, so what did I do to threaten them? What did I do to threaten them? I'm sorry, my mouth's dry.
I can't understand you.
What did I do to threaten them?
I don't know. You have to talk.
So, you have no idea what the threat was. It literally could have been somebody walking down the street on a bike, but because they felt threatened, you guys came out here. Okay, so that's not reasonable suspicion.
Okay, so let's break this down.
Hmm?
Okay, we don't know the reason we're out here.
This is the closing argument, and it lands hard. The auditor draws a critical legal line. Refusing a request is not the same as resisting law enforcement. Under Fourth Amendment protections, citizens can decline searches and identification unless legally compelled. Notice the tone: controlled, precise, unshaken. No shouting, no aggression, just law. This is where many encounters go wrong, because once refusal is mistaken for resistance, rights begin to disappear. But here, that line holds, and it forces the officers to step back.
Okay, you refuse to tell us. You refuse to ID. You refuse to show me your waistband to make sure that you're not carrying any weapons.
I did, because this is not a detention.
So, what do you think would happen if you verified, oh, I have no weapons. Look, I have no weapons. Then what?
Doesn't matter to me. Because we're not getting to that point.
Because you're resisting.
No, I'm not
You're
resisting, sir.
to cooperate.
No.
So
In order to
therefore-
resist, I would have to be detained. I am not detained, like you said, therefore I am not resisting. I am refusing to identify myself legally. I am refusing a search legally. I'm refusing to semi-give you a search by lifting up my shirt legally. Everything you asked me to do was within your right to ask me, but none of them you can order me to do. Unless I'm
Did I
arrested.
order you one?
No, that's what you said. You were in your right to ask me, which you did. But you can't order me to do anything.
What started as a simple camera test outside a police station ended with officers claiming detention without a crime in Manchester, New Hampshire. That tension wasn't just uncomfortable, it was revealing. Because here's the truth: if police cannot articulate reasonable suspicion, they cannot lawfully detain you or demand your ID. That's the line. And today, you saw someone hold it. You don't comply out of fear. You respond with knowledge. That's the difference between walking away and being controlled. If this has ever happened to you, drop your story below. Hit subscribe so you're never caught off guard again. And if you think this was intense, the next case goes even deeper into how officers try to bend the law and what happens when someone pushes back the right way. This is ID Refusal Live, where knowing your rights is your greatest weapon.